So death is inevitable.
Yep.
You know that, right? Why are so many people uncomfortable with that reality?
Welcome back to the Subclass podcast.
Oh, yeah, welcome back.
Where we're tackling death today.
Mortality.
Yep,
And
you
just
know.
our conscious, our emotions tied to it.
Yeah.
I feel like we're a bunch of babies when it comes to dying.
Yeah, I think it's because it's scary. Probably. I think it's a little scary, right?
No, absolutely, actually. I
Yeah.
think that's very true. I'm very soon, probably this upcoming month, I'm going to try and make a video breaking down the horror genre.
Ooh.
And the entire basis for it is the unknown. Like, you fear the dark because you don't know what's in it. You don't actually ever fear the dark. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
if
the
you are
unknown.
literally in the void, the only thing that's triggering that fear is because you're expecting something to come out of it.
Have you ever watched The Thing?
Yes,
It
that's
is a really good movie.
the one in like the tundra, right?
Yeah, it's in the, like
That's
the
a
Arctic.
good movie.
Yeah, because you never really know what like the thing
Yeah,
is,
and the
but
end.
like all it does is like corrupt people basically, or like transform them, and it's really cool. Same thing. You played 10 Candles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up playing it. Colton ran it for me and Marshall and Jordan and
how'd
Megan.
that go?
It was super fun. It was really, really, really fun. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So it was great. I don't know. Sorry if you guys are hearing more of my than normal.
No, I think
so.
you're a tiny bit loud.
You think
There's
I
like a
am?
minor amount of ringing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His mouth is dry. That's the ASMR.
I gotta
you're
drink
hearing.
water.
You gotta drink it like I did in that one episode. Also, I got a skull mug for like $6 at Walmart, and I didn't even realize until like yesterday that it has a bandana.
Oh, nice.
I couldn't even tell, and an earring.
Nice.
So it's not just a cool mug; it's a freaking
I'll hold it further away from my face.
the default pirate. Nice.
Just do this the whole time.
Just put
Hey,
it down on
everybody.
your-
How's it going?
Today we're going to explain our thoughts and opinions and our daily lives to you. So essentially, what we're going to start with today's topic is.
You take
Did you
that
just
one.
slap
No,
dicks
take that one.
together?
Okay. All right. Go.
So, I get it.
Yeah, I
All
got
right.
it. Okay.
So
Can
here
you get
we are.
Can you get it this? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to
Okay.
like move.
Oh, got it.
So you got to move with it pretty much.
Oh.
So yeah, how was 10 Candles?
Well, I want to talk about the story where one time my mom died, and it was.
Okay, your mom died? This one time your mom died? What about the other time?
This,
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a mess. Why would you try and loop it
Logan
back?
There we go. I didn't realize this one was mine.
Nice. You started the bit.
I got confused.
All right.
I loved 10 Candles. It was a lot of fun. Very atmospheric, very enjoyable. It's cool because you just get to tell a story.
Yeah.
That's what Jordan really liked about it.
It's difficult to do to some extent just because you don't really know, especially the first time going in. You're like, what the hell am I trying to do?
Yeah.
Like, what are the acts of this story? Because as you're going, you can't kind of gauge out the candles with the progression of everyone else.
Well, the cool part about it is that as the candles go down, you get to think about how am I going to kill my character, which is really, really really fun.
The one that we did live, we kind of didn't because Colton introduced the villains pretty much in the last candle. I think you're supposed to do it when you have like either when 3 candles go out or when there's like 3 of them left.
He did with ours. He was like they were like present, like they were like hunting us the whole time, and they were creepy. They were really creepy.
Were enigmatic for us up until the end, and they were just kind of like humanoid things. So we talked about it at the end. We were like, it'd be cool if they were like wicker men or something, because it was like big forest fires, and we kept hearing kindling.
They were like animal people in ours. They were really scary.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you ever see where the wild things are? Mm-hmm. You know, like the dudes, like the big eyes. They're like the
Yeah.
Let me try to find it because that's what I imagine they looked like in our game. It was like really creepy.
How'd you kill yourself?
I was like a nerd. I was a childish person.
Okay.
But I had critical thinking. So
Interesting.
I made like a Reddit nerd neckbeard incel.
Okay.
And my hope was that I just wanted the touch of a woman. I
That's
did end
beautiful.
up saving a woman from the forest, but she ended
Oh.
up getting like turned and she killed me and I was the last one to die. I was like, at least we're safe. It's just you and me. And then I described like she looked up and her eyes were glowing.
Oh, nice.
And the last thing that was heard was just a crunch. And that was the end of the game. So it was pretty cool.
Tyler's character in ours, I'm not sure if you saw, he got like a gun. He was like the only person who ended up getting a gun. And when these like void men walked out of the forest, I stole his gun because I was a kleptomaniac.
Yeah.
I was essentially an alternate version of myself, but like a survivalist, like basically a woodsman kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who got fired for stealing. So I grabbed his gun with like eight or nine rounds in it, fired 4 or 5 at the guy in front of us. They did nothing, so I put one in my head.
Oh, damn,
It was
dude.
like really, really
Damn.
oof.
Dang. We ended up setting like a forest on fire. It was pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's what they
That's
did.
what I always imagined ours looked like.
Yeah,
they were creepy as hell.
That's a weird ass movie.
Yeah. Do you guys want to
Kind of
you
like
see that?
No, probably
Yeah.
not. Oh,
no,
yeah,
we can.
huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Noise.
So that was a lot of fun. I don't know where I was going with this whole 10 candles thing. Where was I before
You
this?
brought it up because I mentioned I was going to break down horror, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
explaining that.
I liked it because it was scary, but it was also like really atmospheric at the same time. Colton didn't have to work too hard to make it scary
Yeah,
for us.
for real.
And it was cool because we all had that set in, and plus we're sitting in a dark room with a bunch of
Yeah.
candles. It's like, oh, this
And
is
it's just
fucking
getting
cool.
darker and darker. It's
awesome.
really good.
It's cool. It's cool. And there's also the tension with like the candles.
Because
I
it's
wanted
building up to the climax, and you visually see it happening. Like you can count that. It's good.
I really wanted to make a horror video, but I ended up just
Yeah.
I wrote about half the script, and I was like, this is gonna take so long, and I have too many sponsors, so I just put a pin in it. But with one part of the script that I did write, I don't even know if I'll ever even make this video now. But
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I know you are. I mentioned it to you, and you were like, "This is my idea." And I was like, "Sorry."
I'm sure we both wanted to go there because, like, I want to eventually build into writing. So I feel
Pretty
like
sure. Yeah, and
doing a basically series of the genres would probably
that'd be cool.
bridge a bit of the gap. But yeah, what was part
The
of the
thing
script?
I always said was like it is difficult to scare a bunch. Like being afraid is basically like you don't feel safe, and the whole point of playing like a
secure.
board game and like a role playing game is that you feel comfortable with what you're doing. So it's difficult to get people scared because
Yeah.
if you get them scared, they're not going to want to play anymore. Which is why so many people have an aversion to horror games. The guy that made I can't remember his name. He was one of the lead designers on Amnesia. Talked at TreyCon in Finland, and he
Oh, shit.
yeah, it was really cool to listen
Yeah,
to.
we're gonna have to circle back to that.
We
then.
will. But he said, and I love this, that whenever you're making horror, it is the only time when the players are actively trying to stop the developers because you are trying to make something scary, but the players will always try to make the game less scary.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
So like in a game that's like about like killing guys, you can make people kill people and the player will get into that. But you're like, oh, this game is scary. They're gonna be like, oh God, and they're gonna try to work around it.
But if you give them like a semblance of that in the mechanics, like a very small amount of lights that you can have,
yeah.
then you're like, okay, how do I space this out to make it less scary for me at the parts where it tries to be the scariest?
And I think
I actually beat Amnesia playing a 10-hour loop of Rainbow Bunchy.
yeah, nice, man.
It took it all away. It was a fun ass
You
game.
ruined all the work
I
that they tried to put
completely
into
destroyed
it.
it by playing some fucking stupid ass music.
Because he said like that's the hardest part is like making the game scary because you know
that game's fucking scary.
yeah, and they succeeded, yeah. And so when it translates over to like role playing games, I always think like the scariest moments we ever have in our games are like the stressful moments. So like, oh no, my character's about to die. Oh no, I don't know
like
what's going on.
Stakes, pretty much.
Yeah, so like the unknown and stress, I feel like are like
think-
like the biggest ways that you could create horror in a RPG.
That stress is more so a result of either knowing the stakes and knowing that the odds are against you. Because if they're stacked against you, like fucking Dark Souls, it's not scary, but it is still like disheartening.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes with the unknown, is if you don't know what you have to lose, then you immediately think, oh, I could lose everything.
Yeah. And I think, you know, the DM with enough descriptions that can make it creepy and then you add that on as another layer, I think completely changes it. So like 10 candles isn't necessarily frightening.
No, because you know what the stakes are and you know
Yeah,
that
you know you're
not
going to die
win.
at the end, but
It's a
a
good...
D&D game where you care about your character and you don't want to die, and then it's also horror on top of it is like, oh shit, that's something that can actually be kind of scary.
And it's scary for the DM, especially in my game, because I don't want to kill players because then I don't want people to just leave.
Yeah.
But I also really want to kill characters because that's the whole point of the game.
Is that
My kill count's at 2 and I'm in like episode 6. Or no, I'm at episode like 8 maybe.
I went up to, man. Another one of mine
know.
died too.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I didn't even like. I'm not trying to kill them in my game. They just keep dying.
They only
They went
lost.
fought a vampire. They're like level 6, 7, and they were like, "You defeat it," and I was like,
They only lost the encounter.
if you guys are watching right now, I know that's not
yeah, they probably
exactly
did.
how it went down. It was more of like a I have to give them justice. Most of the party was against it. One character was not. That character ended up dying. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Huh.
But are you gonna enact that idea that you had on Twitter? I thought that was pretty interesting. The one where it's like you get 3 characters, and if one dies, you pick your backup and you just play that one.
Yeah, generally that's how I have it set up. I have removed all their health from it, and I have everyone who has a character on backlog. So it's an issue of like writing them into the game. Actually, I really haven't had any problems with that because the way that the story's set out is that this central like Hawaiian island is sending hundreds of adventure parties in every direction trying to save themselves. So if someone dies in this party, they find a straggler from another party that died. So it's pretty easy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been fun, but it's spaced out pretty much. So I'm like fleshing out the world in my meantime. But I think it'll be interesting when we're all done.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. I feel that way with Tesseract right now because we just. I have like 2 characters, so I'm just like, oh shit. So I don't see them as like backups. I with that game, it's more like 2 different stories.
Yeah, stories that kind of work in tandem and they're going to help each other out.
It will
hopefully.
be so cool if like we got to mix it up a little bit, like Syndrix with Altai, or
Yeah.
like Abris with Clayton or something. Like if the parties got to like meld together, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I'm giving you guys that option in the beginning.
Yeah.
Of course, there is like a friendship bond with the other party for sure. And to some extent with this party, because you're all like stragglers who've been working together to survive and you're all being hunted. So
Just roleplay Syndrix and Ket at the same time.
I really wish that you could. I wish that it were that easy. But if I were to pull either of them, I wouldn't do them justice. So
Oh no, I can roleplay with
exactly.
myself.
But it's going to be like kind of tough.
Yeah, I know. It's Who the hell are you? I don't know. Who are you? You look very
Bouncing
strange.
back.
And then you like having to
so
think
do
for
you.
2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to do the NPCs sometimes.
Oh yeah,
I was
you do that better than I do. It's very difficult.
It's tough.
yeah.
It's
Sometimes
it's
I
hard.
write like a semblance of a script when I have to do that. Like I have bullet points for what each one of them is going to say.
It's so important to do it as a DM sometimes
Yeah.
because otherwise the players are just going to constantly feel like they're talking to one dude
Yeah.
at all times.
'Cause-
And it's like, so I
Well,
did that.
I do that with personality variations, but I get that like if you can't do that between 2 NPCs, then the players will feel like it's only them bringing any tension into the world.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I did that last time with Sunder as I was playing like this random bard NPC, and then he picked up like 2 dwarves on the road and then like a caravan driver, and they were just having a conversation while the party was just sitting there and watching, which is a very realistic thing to happen.
course, yeah.
But it's just me role playing with myself, and it was so exhausting because I was just like, "Oh, do you want to come with us?" Well, me and my brother, we were over here doing this. Oh, that's what you were doing. Well, then why don't you come travel with us? We've got all these strange people. I don't know. These people look kind of strange. Oh, there's a caravan
look
driver
back
right
at
there.
him,
Yeah, and everybody's just like, what the fuck is happening right now? And I like that because they don't get that a whole lot. But at
Yeah.
the same time, it has to be really weird out of game to just be watching me just going, it's like, this is
I
weird.
think it's one of those things with just like people who try to act in general. You got to beat out the fact that it is awkward to
Yeah.
make it not awkward. Because like
You're totally right.
no matter what, from a third person perspective, that's fucking weird. But to anyone who's like actually kind of paying attention and trying to glean enjoyment from it, they're gonna get it if you're enjoying it.
Yep.
So like if you're kind of forcing that interaction with yourself, then it's just eh. But there is also the other angle where you just get caught in a loop and it's really cringy and it's just like a burning car wreck
Yeah.
because you're not self-aware but you're still trying so hard and you're passionate about it. You have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
I've never felt that way about watching somebody else.
Oh.
So like when I watch somebody, I'm like, oh, they're just doing a terrible job. What ends up happening is I can tell they're getting embarrassed at themselves, and then I feel secondhand embarrassment. I'm like, no,
There's like that.
I know you feel bad, but don't.
That's what cringe is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's secondhand like empathy, I think. Yeah,
because I've never seen somebody just like try to do something as their best and be like, oh wow, this guy's fucking bad. If anything, I always feel bad because I know they feel bad about themselves. And
I was going to say that's an interesting angle of cringe that because there's like two sides of it really. It's if you are watching like a car wreck and you know that they are suffering, so you're suffering with them. That's a type of cringe. The other type that I would say is less common, but it makes it more uncomfortable for us and less uncomfortable for them when they don't know that they should be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, like, I know the whole iDubbbz documentary with Airsoft Fatty, how he kind of describes it where, like, I don't care that other people think I look stupid or that I'm doing something ridiculous because I'm having fun.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's so cool. I love that guy.
His house is fucking gross,
man.
but like,
It's so big, though.
I love that he's just like, yeah, I know I'm fat, but you know, I don't really care.
Yeah. He just doesn't give a fuck.
I know I look stupid, but
He's just having fun. And for us to watch his fun and how awkward and uncomfortable it is, you would think that he's also uncomfortable, and that's where the cringe comes from.
Yeah.
But the fact that he isn't makes it a very strange
in case you guys
feeling.
don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the iDubbbz documentary thing that he did on. It was called like Full Force.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's like an hour, but it's great.
It does not feel like an hour. It's one of like the shortest hour-long videos I've ever watched.
Where was he? Michigan? I don't even remember. It just reminded me of like
Backwater.
Eastern where we live. I feel like there's people like that here.
Yeah. No,
maybe not as common, but I was just like, oh man.
Oh.
What?
The town that we live in has like population somewhere around our subs probably at this point now, which is kind of mind-blowing. But the absolute diversity that we have here is crazy.
Yeah, it's
you
wild.
have like the whole drug network, all the potheads who work at all the fast food restaurants. Then you have all these like trillionaire fucking old dudes who are dying constantly because they live in smog or alcoholics. They smoke all the time. Those guys have all the money, and they have just like farms and shit. And then there's like 100 other different subtypes just in this. So I have met people like that.
It's
here,
California,
like right here.
Yeah, yeah. It's California. There's a lot of different people. There's also
you might be right.
There's a lot of German immigrants here, which is interesting. Yeah, it's cool because a lot of them because there's a lot of farmland.
Yeah,
so a lot of them own a lot of farms, and I used to work with this lady who is from Germany, and she's like, yeah, we moved here because we have family here, and I was like, what? Why do they live here? Oh, they have a farm, and I was like, oh, what? And then I did more research on it. Apparently, there's just a bunch of German people that live here, so it's kind of interesting.
I haven't met anyone with like an actual accent.
They don't like you.
Yeah, that's fair. Because like I've also worked at a couple of farms. Like I've worked in general with or next to, and it's usually.
You didn't go work on the German farms.
I guess not.
Yeah.
That must be okay. That's what it is. Is I've worked to like repair shit and help people do their job when they can't do it.
Yeah.
A German farm does not need help.
They don't need you.
They work.
Yeah.
It's effective. I help like the shitty ones
They don't
with
need repairs.
old racist as fuck white guys who only employ like Hispanic people who work for a very small amount.
Yeah.
And everyone shits on everyone in that whole hierarchy because it's so fucked up. And then German, just like one farm over, they're like, we are a utopia.
Yeah. Yeah. Utopia, German
There's
farm.
like fucking water springs and stuff. Constant events.
Oh, man.
They actually have an employee appreciation like fucking month.
Yeah. So I meant to mention this at the beginning of the episode, but if you are watching this on YouTube right now, guess what? It's a week late, ding dong.
You idiot.
You idiot. Just kidding. We love you. But if you are, flip them off. But if you want to get this at the time that it normally comes out, go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/arcanearcade. And you will get these a week early, which is pretty cool. And you also get a lot of other stuff on the Patreon. So if you're on the Patreon and you listen to this, thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
I had a question. Mm-hmm. Do you upload the videos or just the audio early?
I need to put them in audio form.
Oh, you just do the videos?
As of right now,
backwards. Okay.
it should be
Yeah.
both. So I haven't done it yet,
Probably
but
should be
I
both.
will start doing it.
Okay.
Because I've only had to upload all 8,000 of our D&D streams.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Jacob spent like 2-3 weeks maybe working on the Arcane Arcade Patreon, some of the channel itself. We also need to change the Tesseract finale to actually say finale.
Does it not?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, okay.
It's just like episode 10.
Whatever.
But while he was doing that, and pretty much the turnaround at the end of that, I start working on Arcane Arcade, and I've completely revamped our setup.
Yeah, it's really nice now.
It took me like 3-4 days.
Good job.
Thanks.
It's great. There's more room.
We're not quite done. We still need to do all the visuals. Like
Yeah.
this camera's just in the center of the table. So high.
We change it like every week, but this one is like an overhaul.
Yeah.
And it's much nicer. So
Everything's all tied up to where it'll be extremely extremely difficult.
it'll be extremely
I
Jacob.
hope not. It'll be hard for you to move around because this should be the permanent setup.
Extremely difficult.
Extremely
You just said Jacob.
That's just a new. It's a new adjective.
The room got Jacobed again.
Mm.
He just had to fucking change everything. I just wanted to use this. It's not a big deal. I'm just gonna. Dude, why did you move that? You'll see. It'll be fine.
I want to picture like you and Colton, just as like if Freedy, how they can turn their torso into like a hurricane. That's how you guys get around your house. Yeah.
Oh, fuck,
just throwing
dude.
shit
Oh,
everywhere.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Such a great visual. You're just like, shit's flying everywhere. You just get like a soda and go back to your chair. It's not that bad. It's mostly just like fast food containers. Everybody has that though. Have I not been over there in a while?
What? No, it's just.
I'm not gonna shit on you.
Man.
That's all right. My room gets fucked up until I finish rendering a video, and then I turn around and I'm like, oh God, I have neglected all things.
Yeah, I've been getting out of my little boy phases and being more of a man.
Nice. That's hard as fuck to do.
Yeah.
Because you got to teach yourself.
Just got to learn how to clean up.
It sucks, man. I mean, you don't learn that shit in school. You learn to not do
Such a
it.
pussy thing to say. So I'm learning how to be a man, and I learned that I should clean up more.
That's an American thing to say, I think.
Yeah, probably. But no, we stopped letting the cats in our room, and it's been great because Moose likes to pee on everything. And that sucks. So, by extension, we've been.
Did I lock the cat outside?
Yeah, he's still out there, but he's cool, right? Is he fine? Is he gonna jump?
He gets on the ledge a lot. He hasn't jumped yet, but earlier today, I was like, I don't think I'd really care if he did.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll check on him later.
He's fine.
Yeah, of course. He got food and shit. I pushed past a tangent. What were you getting into?
I don't remember.
Oh, just cats cleaning up.
Cats.
Let's jump on over to your trip. I have heard very little about it, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right, because as soon as I came back, we're like, stuff. Gotta do busy shit.
I'm gonna actually, because I'm fucking twisting my back.
In case you guys didn't know, I went to Finland for about a week.
No, they know.
I was invited. I know. I talked about it like 800 times. I was invited as a guest of honor for TrayCon.
Can you believe that?
TrayCon.
Is that what they call it?
I mean, that's how they say it.
Huh.
I mean, they all talk.
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
of course. I heard the interview with that one dude.
Well, the name of the city I went to is Tampere. It is not Tampere. It is Tampere. But to me it is Tampere.
Why does that sound like Spanish?
Because they roll their R's.
Well, fuck. Now I can't move there.
Why not?
I can't roll my R's. Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows English, so it's not like it's that weird. They just speak everything like that, but it's not a big deal.
I can't even hide.
Yeah.
I can't hide. I'm also 6'5", so I can't hide anywhere.
But
Go to Japan, I'm like a blimp. Just like
according to them, some of them had gone to the group I was with had gone to Japan before, and they have tattoos, And apparently, if you have tattoos in Japan, it's like you're a part of a gang.
Oh,
So
yeah.
apparently
Yeah, definitely.
everybody
Like the triad shit.
Everybody gets, they were like, yeah, they were always scared of us every time we would do anything because we had tattoos. And I was like, oh, shit.
That's like a really fucking cool cultural thing, though.
Yeah,
Just that
Japan is pretty
tattoos
cool culturally.
They're extremely cultural, yeah. Like almost exclusively, but it'd be cool to have like, I guess it is more or less like the Zents. How if you have like those tattoos, then you're that specifically.
I
but
guess
like
so, yeah.
Some exclusive marking that you only wear in this region if you're this thing. Mm-hmm. I guess that's probably a really stupid thing to say because it happens all the time. But
I don't know. I just heard them talk about it.
I'm
so
paying
I don't even know
attention
how
to it
works.
now, so I'm like, I want to elaborate on that, but fucking whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, anyways,
go on.
I went to Trakon, which is just T is Tampere, and then it's role playing anime convention.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I gotta say, it was a lot more anime than it was role playing. Not really. I just saw more of it. But
My fan base is just a bunch of fucking weeaboos, pretty much. For the most part, it seems that way.
bunch of weebs making OCs. Yeah. But anyways,
OCs? Oh no.
yeah, the flight sucked a lot. Flying that long is not fun. It
yeah,
was like
so-
12 hours of flying.
No, it wasn't. You had a couple of jumps. So like,
No, it
what
was
were
like-
each of the distances?
It was almost like 22 hours, 20 hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd stop in Chicago, and then from Chicago, I went to Stockholm, and then from Stockholm, I landed in Helsinki, and then on the way back is Helsinki to Copenhagen to Chicago, back to San Jose.
Helsinki's a cool name.
Yeah, Helsinki, and it's great because the airport is just hell. So they have a
Oh.
bunch of little ads that are just like
Welcome to hell.
20,000 people make their way through hell every day.
I
Or like, get your souvenirs from hell.
kind of love that.
It's so
It's-
funny.
Yeah, because they're self-aware. It's like if the LA airport just called itself that.
Yeah.
I'd like going there more.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I do not have a fear of flying at all.
You know what? If the LAX just had like a big,
Middle finger?
like a steel middle finger in the front, that'd be awesome.
I've never been to LAX. I've only ever flown out of like San Jose.
Huh.
Yeah. That airport's okay.
I mean, I personally haven't had any crazy issues other than just generally the fact that
Yeah.
they're not good. Airports just.
I don't have like a fear of flying. Like being up in the air in a plane is not a big deal. I have
uncomfortable.
anxiety over being in an airport and just like either missing my
It's
flight or
chaos,
being in the
yeah.
wrong place and then having all my stuff and all that. Like that's where I get
It's
anxiety.
like you're being shipped from one like hell to the next, and you're just like, this is
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
Okay.
the American ones are just crazy, but
shit.
at least I can
Sorry.
get I can figure them out. It's crazy when I'm in like Copenhagen and I'm like, there's
Yeah.
so many people and I've never been here before. I don't know where I'm going, but it's just because I haven't flown a whole lot. So
Yeah, there
whatever.
was that one point where you literally had to like run to another terminal.
Oh
to
yeah,
find
my
your
way
thing.
back I almost missed my flight. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have sucked.
It was
Anyways, that
like
sucked.
seconds close, but so
Being in Finland, however, was
Yeah.
really, really, really awesome. I keep saying that, but it really was like there.
But yeah, no, you've given that a little bit to me. I want to know some of the like the trademark stuff that makes it awesome. You talked about how you could walk everywhere.
So, well, I wasn't in Helsinki. I spent a day in Helsinki, which is the capital. It's the southern like most city in Finland.
It's the capital of Finland.
Yeah, it's the capital. And about 2
I don't
hours
know
north.
anything about national geography or borders.
It's cool. I barely even knew where Finland was. So
Yeah, I was homeschooled.
So first of
I don't
all,
even know my months.
Finland is not a part of Scandinavia. Second of all, Finland is not Sweden.
No.
And
Yeah.
they don't like being compared to Sweden because they have like differences apparently. So
Is Finnish fish a thing?
Finnish fish, yeah, because they have a fuck ton of lakes.
Oh, just like
it has
straight up
like-
actual fish.
like hundreds of thousands
Like
of lakes.
not gummy or anything.
Oh, Finnish fish, got it. Like Swedish fish.
Yeah.
Nice. No, but they
thought
do
that was
they
an
do
actual-
eat a lot of fish because they have a lot of lakes.
Yeah, they eat a lot of fish and they walk everywhere, so they're like 100 times healthier than us.
Yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything there is better. Maybe less opportunities.
We shouldn't be ashamed to say that our country fucking sucks.
The two most negative things about Finland is probably the fact that it doesn't have as many opportunities as the U.S. has,
Okay,
and
that's fair.
the language barrier. That's it. Finnish is a very, very, very difficult language to learn. According to
Is
them,
it really fast?
it is. They can if you can speak it fast. But
okay.
according to them, it is the second hardest language in the world to learn, with Mandarin being the first,
Yeah,
and I think
Mandarin's
English
crazy.
being the third. But they all know, like almost every Finnish person knows Finnish and English. So yeah, I think on average everybody speaks 2.3 languages or something, which is insane. Anyways, no, I was in Tampere or Tampere, and
Just go straight up American with the whole thing.
yeah, and
Or English.
I stayed in this hotel. It was really nice. It was like a little bit of ways, but from the convention center. But yeah, you can like walk everywhere, and the roads are really, really pretty and really nice. That
sounds awesome.
And like there's public transportation everywhere, and it was really cool. And the food was really good, and
What kind of food do they have there?
not processed food that is also doesn't have a bunch of preservatives in it that actually makes it taste good, and you only need to eat like this much and you're full.
Oh, so like Elvish food?
Elvish food, yeah.
But,
They
like,
just have
is it-
lettuce bread.
Is it like sausages and stuff? I don't know, like their main.
It's whatever. They have everything.
Oh,
like they
just-
like
okay.
whatever you want. But like, so I did like a Viking dinner, which is like a very like fancy thing that not
course,
a lot
yeah.
of Finnish people do. They have like burgers and shit. Like they have like everything that we have.
Yeah.
Weirdly, have a lot of Mexican food that is not good because Mexican food in fucking the northern hemisphere of Europe is not very good.
Huh.
Weirdly, a lot of it though. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but and they say like tortilla, quesadilla.
That's
And if
amazing.
you say, and I was like, guys, no, it's tortilla. They're like,
That's-
if you correct people on
kind
that,
of
that's like
adorable.
it's like pretentious. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't say tortilla, you say tortilla because it's pretentious. That'd be like if you wanted to pronounce croissant as croissant. It's like
I respect that.
you know.
I'm glad
But
that they
say
get mad about
croissant
that.
really weird. They're like,
Cresciante.
no, it's they just full on. They're just like, oh, do you want to go down to the place and get a cresciante?
Yeah,
they just
exactly.
completely drop
they
the accent.
revert into my language too. They talk like me.
No, but I went to this Viking dinner. I just have this
Yeah,
picture
I know.
of
It's
you.
just a picture of me. Because we were trying to figure
Adjust.
out like the perspective distortion with cameras. He was trying to explain it to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's. Thanks, man. Thanks for the biggest chin in the world. I was like, fucking.
All right. Where was it?
I got to stop referencing things that I don't immediately think of. I just sound like an idiot.
Yeah, because you are an idiot.
That's true. So
Here it is.
TradeCon itself seems. Oh,
Yeah, I'll tell you about it. So like, this is like a Viking dinner I went on, and it had like this is like fish.
Just fucking chunks of meat. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. This is bear salami. This
Oh,
is,
yeah, you got to try a bunch of
This
different-
is like elk, like meat, and that's
Venison.
like reindeer liver. They have like
Yeah.
really good
How was,
bread.
how was the liver?
Um,
Did you try it?
I did. Is it okay? Do you know the consistency of a black olive?
Yes.
You know, it's like crumbly and like melts in your mouth a little bit, but it's kind of chalky.
Yeah.
You know, that's what liver tastes like. It doesn't
Okay.
taste like meat. It tastes like chalky, crumbly mush, and it's okay.
right.
Yeah, it's weird. And that's just beef, but there was like reindeer sausage and deer
man.
bits, and it was really gamey. It was really good though, and it was just like Finnish delicacy. Like they don't fucking eat this every day.
No, yeah.
But you know,
I've heard mushrooms described as wet erasers.
yeah, kind of tastes like wet erasers.
It's a little close.
Yeah.
I've recently kind of gotten into mushrooms a tiny bit more, just
Nice.
expanding my horizons, and they're like right there. So, yeah, wet erasers is perfect. But yeah,
The country's culture is really cool though, because it's just a bunch of introverts, and everybody keeps like space between one another and all that kind of stuff. And overall, the weirdest thing: public places are really quiet. In America, fucking loud.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go. In Finland, it's like, oh shit, it's
Everyone's
really
whispering.
quiet in here. Yeah, so which was pretty cool. And, oh my god, everything's so clean. Everything is clean. Like it was very difficult for me to find anywhere that was dirty. When we went to Helsinki, there were like a few parts of the city that were dirty, and like one of my minders. When I was there, I had two minders, which are
people who make sure that you don't be American in public.
my babysitters, basically.
Yeah.
They would bring me things that I needed. It made the entire thing so nice.
I keep bouncing back to that description, so I'm gonna stop doing that.
That's fine. Got it.
All right. become too conscious. I'm like, Logan, shut the fuck up.
It's fine. One of them was named. So the dude that invited me, that I think runs like the whole damn thing. His name is Yoni.
Is he the dude that interviewed you?
No, that's Q. That's a different guy. Then I had another Yoni. We called him Viking Yoni, and he was one of my minders. He was great. He was so gay, and I love him. And then I also had Sarah, who was also very gay. Well, I told Guy who had gone last year, and I told him who I had, and he was just like, the gays, and I was like, yep. But they were so nice. I loved them so much. And Sarah had come with me back to
Sora from Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
That's amazing. I'm surprised you got him.
Oh my God, when we were in Helsinki, she actually went to like a game store and bought Kingdom Hearts while we were there. That's pretty funny.
That's great.
Anyways, when we were in Helsinki, she was like, "Oh yeah, this city's really dirty," and I'm like, "What the?
You mean that corner over there, and that's it?"
It's like not even LA on a good day. Like so clean everywhere. Like the streets, like streets always have like gum and dirt, and it smells like shit everywhere you go. And the walls always have like
crap. I guess a little bit.
None of that. It looked like Disneyland. Like it looked fake. I was like, this is insane. And all the streets are like cobbled and shit. Like it was just really cool. So
run me through your days at TreyCon.
Okay. Kraken. It's just
Kraken.
Somebody made that joke where they were just like, sorry, Jacob, I'm just not really into the tractor conventions. I was like, nice.
Nice one, dude.
Nice one, dude. That was hilarious.
What are you, some kind of punnist?
What are you, punnist? I'm definitely a punnist. A punnist.
It's a profession. You have to like get certified.
It's a profession?
Yeah, you got to get your punnism certificate.
Punnism certificate.
It's like a 3-year course.
So I flew out Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, as in I stayed up all night Tuesday night, and then on Wednesday at 6 a.m. I flew out, and I got there Thursday morning, which really was Wednesday night because time zones.
Yeah.
So don't think about it. It hurt my head. Anyways,
Day one,
I went to my hotel. I slept because I was tired and I was in a foreign country and I wanted to be alone.
Shut the door.
Half
a bottle
took
of
a
wine
bath,
left
and I was just like, "Good night." But we ended up going to dinner. We ended up going to dinner that night. I got to meet everybody. It was really nice.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
And it was just like 6 people. Like it was really small. And we went to a Mexican place, and they served hot wings. That should give you.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Were the hot wings good?
They were really small though. They were only like this big.
Yeah, it's like soaked nuggets.
Except they had bones though, so they were this. They were this big.
The fuck,
dude! Bones are. Shut the fuck up, you. I mean, like toddler.
when it's that small, you're just like. Because I take big ass bites.
No, it had a lot of chicken on it.
I don't talk loud, but I have a really big mouth.
Yeah, I get it.
I can like take care of a burrito in like 4 bites. Yeah.
And then I went to sleep. And
Kirby like.
Friday was sort of the first day where TreyCon started, and most of Friday I walked around the city and took a bunch of pictures and looked at all of Tampere, and went to tempura chicken. Went to I went to a museum and I saw a bunch of museum stuff, and it was really cool. There was a lot of like maps and war and video games. A lot of video games have originated in Finland. Did not know that. Yeah, crazy how much stuff has originated from Finland. Nokia phones started in Finland. There's a lot of stuff. Sense. You can look up a lot of things. I think Limbo, the guys that created Limbo, are Finnish. I can't remember. There's like a bunch of games that are from Finland.
There's like huge companies over there.
Yeah.
There's like, I'm surprised by people all over the world with companies like that you'll just see like, hey, I'm Italian, or I'm over here in Ireland and I'm doing this. And they're like, oh,
yeah.
I thought there were like 4 countries that did this and that's it.
Yep.
But no,
I thought it was America.
I'm staying away from that.
And then it was really hard not to make fun of America the entire time I was there. I was just you guys just give homeless people houses. We just shoot them. literally, it was like what I was saying the entire time. It's like because there's
just shoot them.
dude. No, it was a meme that I kept memeing it too, where it was just
tell
like
them to go away.
no.
Put up like
It was literally
we
like-
stick knives in front of buildings
There's
just so
this
they don't sleep there.
So sports is huge in Finland. They love their football, soccer.
That's weird. I
football.
don't get that.
Yeah, I know, right? And whenever they win, apparently it's a big meme where it's called like meeting them at the market. I'm sorry if you're Finnish. I'm watching this. I was only there for a week. I didn't memorize
quit being
everything.
racist.
It's this thing where like everybody goes to like the center of town into the fountain and they like swim in the fountain and go crazy and get naked and stuff. And they all start
amazing.
screaming. It's really great and it's just like a ritual in their culture and it's so funny. And apparently, at one point I was just like, "What was there somebody naked in the fountain right there?" And Sarah was just like, "Well, the police would show up and they would go, 'Hey, can you please stop that?' And then maybe we can give you a ride home." And I was like, "Yeah, in America it'd just be, what?
Bang, bang, bang.
What the fuck? That guy's naked. Shoot his dick off."
No such thing as naked anymore. Fucking Ken doll, am I right? Oh, he's dead. Shit.
Oh shit! Damn it! Bang, 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 bang. Put some coke on him. All right, run.
Ooh, little deep, little deep. We don't have any views, and we understand that all policemen are different individuals. Women too.
You can suck my dick, please.
Ooh, all right.
Just kidding. Just be nicer.
Just kidding. Don't shoot me.
Just please don't. FBI, open up! I hear you're roasting us on your podcast, little bitch. Get out here.
Got my baton ready. Let's do this.
Apparently, the Finnish police have shoot an average of like two bullets a year. And apparently, like last year, they only shot like one or like three or something.
I saw a recent video.
Apparently, the police are like really, really nice, and they like just try to get people to stop.
Diffuse situations.
Yeah,
That's
they're
their
just
job.
like, "Hey, come on." Yeah.
You're not supposed to escalate situations.
Exactly.
I did see the thing that was like somewhat at the top of Reddit recently where there was a dude that had like killed an 80-year-old lady and was on the run. And it starts with like this large police woman who is like just pulled him over for some reason. I don't understand the context of how the situation started. But the dude literally pulls a gun at her like immediately and shoots, and she ducks out of the way, and she like has his hand as the backup car is coming. This dude runs up and like hesitantly has to blow the guy's face.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Like
that was scary.
That was perfectly justified. I really respect
I saw that.
involved.
That when in a situation like that, I totally understand
course,
when that
yeah.
has to happen.
Just that's an interesting
100%. Yeah, it's just crazy. You know, I also have to keep in mind. I also have to be really, really fair. Finland has a population of about 3 million people. And the state of California has 35 million people in it. And Finland and California are the exact same size.
Yeah.
So they have a very small population.
So, like, how was the actual event?
Oh, okay. So then that was Friday. And then I went to the talk with the amnesia guy on Friday. And then I went home because I was tired and I wanted to go to sleep.
How long was that?
It was like an hour.
Oh,
Yeah. We
nice.
talked for like
Pretty
an
much
hour.
the same thing that you did.
I think it's online. I think you can watch it. Because I think they streamed everything.
It might be a good idea to prep for my video. If
I'll
you
show-
think
I'll-
like all
if
of
I
his
find
points
it,
were
I'll
good.
send it to
All right,
you.
yeah, sure, do that.
And then on Saturday, the actual event starts. It's crowded as hell.
Yeah.
I'm in
'Cause it's the first day.
Yeah, I did
That's
the
where they have
opening
all the
ceremonies where I went up on stage and I was like, "Hi, I'm Jacob. I love Finland. I can't wait to see everyone." Okay, bye. It's
I also have a YouTube channel called 7P into Level X, and
yeah. Woo!
thank you, goodbye. I'm getting a phone call. I have to go.
Woo! Oh, I am.
Do you have to? Is it?
No.
All right, cool.
And
Yeah.
then,
On stage. I'm sorry,
sorry,
guys. I have to leave early. Have a good time.
yeah. Woo!
Shit! We missed 420.
Oh, damn it. It was
means-
4:20 while we were recording this, guys.
Yeah, we have to record the podcast for 4 hours and 20 minutes. It'll take a big fucking hit. Then we'll go out.
But then I went on the stage for the opening ceremonies, and then later that day I did an interview, and then I walked around the convention looking at all the art and the things that
Yeah.
people were selling and all the cosplays.
Cosplays.
So many cosplays. The best part about Finnish people cosplaying is that people cosplay as random NPCs
Yeah,
more
you talked
often than
about that.
main characters. Oh my god. It was like I'd see like a character I knew, and then I'd see like a Skyrim guard, and I'm like, what? And then like a random dude from Zelda, and I'm like,
That's great.
And then there's
Some dude
KDA
is like-
Collie for the 13th time. Oh my god, random character number 3. Like it's great. It is
great.
so cool. And then I was like, yeah, let's do stuff later tonight. That'll be fun. And then I fell asleep at 5 p.m. and woke up
course.
at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Jet
Then-
lag is weird.
Yep. I got destroyed. And then Sunday, I didn't do much except for prepare for my presentation. And then I did my presentation at around like 1 or 3.
Yeah.
And then I was really tired that day.
I watched not the whole thing, just because it's a long ass presentation,
it's
and
long.
I saw the bullet points already. It was a tough crowd in the beginning.
What are you talking about? You probably can't hear him very well.
In the beginning, it seemed like I would have been super nervous.
Really?
That would have been tough because like no one says anything in the beginning. Like
And
they're not.
I may had to do with the mic because they were really cool when I was there.
Oh,
like when
okay.
I was there, I was
At
like,
cer-
oh, these guys are into
yeah,
it.
at certain points they kind of got into it, but I guess starting out it was like, oof.
No. They
Cool.
if
That's
you
good.
ever saw me laughing at the same time, it was in reaction to them because it was really great
Yeah.
people that were there and they were getting along with everything
That's
and all
awesome.
that kind of stuff. So no, they weren't tough at all. I just couldn't see them.
But they were
One
there.
drip
I
of water.
promise.
Anyways,
Delicious.
no, yeah, that was awesome doing that presentation. Everybody there was so cool. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of people afterwards who wanted to come talk to me, and I was like, this is great. So it was really cool. And then later that night, we went out into the middle of the woods to a cabin
And had a seance.
and had sauna actually because
Same thing.
sauna is a big part of Finnish culture.
I would love for that to be a part of our culture,
Saunas.
at least locally.
Yeah.
That'd be
Saunas in America suck because the
Yeah.
saunas in Finland have like a fucking rock and you put the water on it and they're like, yeah, that's normal. And I'm like, yeah, in America it's just a hot room. They just turn the AC up really, really high.
Yeah,
and
you
that's
need
it.
a membership to go to anyone. You can't
Yeah,
just
it's
drop
dumb.
by.
Yeah, so and a big thing is like they'll get in the sauna and they'll get it apparently gets up to like 120 degrees or something. And then they get out.
Being like floating above a hot tub.
Yep, and then they jump into a cold ass lake, or
Oh,
they
fuck
jump into
yeah.
snow, and it like on your skin, and then you go back in the sauna. That's like the whole. That's like the whole thing you have to do.
Like when you're a kid and the hot tub is like 103, so it's too hot for you, but the
Yeah.
adults are sitting in there and you just bounce back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah. It's
between the
exactly
pool.
like that,
Nice.
except it's more insane and
yeah,
Finnish.
no, that's like temperature shock or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be good for your heart.
I'd imagine so. Like subjecting yourself to extremes back and forth gives you like a defense for the minor stuff that you
Yeah.
deal with. Kind of like
I
people,
did not participate in that because
like
I didn't want
germaphobes
to.
dying
Exactly.
immediately from any germ. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It-
Wasted.
Yeah. And then Sunday was that I fell asleep and slept really good. And then Monday I went to Helsinki and then spent the last night in Helsinki and then went to the airport and flew back
jumped
and got
around.
back on Tuesday
Nice.
night. So that was pretty much it. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
And if it's anything that it did for me, it had to definitely be a huge confidence boost because now I'm not afraid of anything. That's not true, but I'm
there's no
afraid of a
water in
lot
there.
less things now.
You wanna
so give me
glean
some?
from my
Give me.
cup?
I don't want to drink it out of that. I feel like I'll get some
AIDS, some mega AIDS. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have super AIDS. I just have mega AIDS. It's like one
Nice.
step down. It has to do with like cell counts, I think.
That's cool.
I'm gonna die pretty soon though.
Damn.
What I wasn't gonna say, but something I thought of recently is tomorrow we are not playing, right? Because you moved your game.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
playing
cool.
on Thursday.
At 5 in the afternoon, I have a meeting with the lead guy for Grim Hollow.
Oh snap!
Their campaign's over, but I asked him. Essentially, I was like, "Hey, I want to know like how effective were my ads? What was my tracking link like? What am I actually worth?"
Yeah.
And then in the future, I'm thinking about actually like rebooting Stibbles, and I want to do my book.
Cool.
So I was like, what are a lot of the hurdles that you guys faced? If this was your first time or if you're used to this, like what's the budgeting like? What are the steps, the things you didn't expect? How did
Yeah.
you go about printing? All the huge fucking like things that
Cool.
to be able
That's
to ask
smart.
someone to do that is a real blessing. Like it's so amazing to have access to someone who's actually open and willing to talk about that.
Yep.
As it turns out, he is like a mega accountant.
Oh.
He's worked at like one of the world's top 3 banks.
Damn.
And was like at an accounting firm, one of the lead like financial advisors.
Cool.
Or not lead, I guess, but he worked in one of the leading groups. So he was like, yeah, I'm very happy to have like a chat with you, flesh it all out, and then maybe we could partner up for whenever you wanted to kickstart one of your books. And I was like, fuck
Hey,
yeah.
that's awesome.
So that'll be super dope. Hopefully I'll be
cool.
able to throw some of that back to you with you and
Nice.
Tyler starting that up.
Throw that back on me.
As it like explain some of the stuff that I learned doing that. So
Cool, man.
Help
That'd
you
be
and Tyler
that'd
out.
be great. Yeah, totally. Just
so that'll be a fun endeavor
bend over and throw it back on us.
for a real one. Yeah. You can't just take it, man.
You just gotta throw it back.
Because if you just take it all, you're being selfish. You gotta throw it back.
Nice. That's great, man. That's cool. What are we at? 49 minutes.
not
God damn
long.
it. We still have 10 minutes.
Are you not having fun talking to your old friend Logan, your
No.
old pal? All right,
I want to
that's-
go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm exhausted.
No, just kidding. We're playing Pathfinder 2 tonight.
That's right, we
with
are.
Jordan, so that's going to be something to look forward
Forgot
to.
about that for a
Yep.
brief moment.
Oh, and Descent into Avernus came out today.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know when it came out. It was probably a few days ago.
Minor explanation for Jordan, just because it's the incentive for me wanting to go really hard. We can get into Avernus in just a second. Jordan was Jacob's teacher in high school.
Oh,
He
yeah.
taught like English and literature and stuff, and now we're friends, which is a really weird progression. But he's very, what's the word for?
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Eccentric.
yeah,
I
well,
would
he was
say.
a really cool teacher.
He was an
really got
eccentric
along
teacher.
with a lot of the
what I was going to
kids.
say is he's got such a strange and like personality that's authoritative over all of us, and he has a friend coming to town. I really want to see how they interact.
I've seen how he is
I've never
like
seen
that.
him interact with like a peer that he respected.
Yeah, he's just a weirdo. I see.
Yeah.
He's more of my friend now more than he is my English teacher. He was my
course.
English teacher for like
You graduated.
2 years, and then we've been
Yeah.
friends for longer. So he just connected a lot with like the kids. He was closer to us in age, and his class was really awesome. And we found out he liked D&D, so we're like, hey, you should play D&D with us. And now we're just like we're friends. So it's really cool. And he's never been on the stream before, has he? No. Okay. All right. Well.
So, Descent into Avernus.
Yeah, it just came out. Really cool book. I'm not going to spoil anything,
Yeah, no,
but it's fucking awesome.
it's basically Sunder.
It, it's Sunder on a smaller scale.
What's the name of that dilemma? Where it's like it's not the imposter syndrome, where like you think
It's the opposite of the imposter syndrome.
I guess it is, yeah. Because like I'm sure a lot of you can relate to some extent, where like you wanted to invent something or you had an idea for a cool story that you think would be really awesome. I know the first time I had it happen to me, I was a fucking tiny ass little dumbass kid, and I came up with the joke with the punchline like, "What's a tree's favorite drink? Root beer." And when I found
Nice.
that in a joke book, I was devastated. I was like, "No,
My
this
originality.
is mine." Yeah. So the fact that your originality is basically stripped from you because someone else did it better and bigger and with a better budget.
It wasn't original at all. I don't want to put those words into my own mouth.
Your original twist was outshined.
Well, sure. So I made Sunder, and it's a campaign, and the main villain is Zariel. That's the whole thing. It had to do with devils and all that stuff. And then Wizard of the Coast was like, hey, we made an adventure set in Avernus
Yeah.
with the main villain being Zariel. And it's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm actually really happy because I'm getting new content for my game that I can put into it, which is really awesome. I keep bringing it up though, and I keep saying like, man, why do I have like this weird, like strange resentment towards it of just like, oh, well, that was my thing first. Even though I don't
jealousy.
even really, it might be, but it has more to do with the fact of like, people are like, whoa, devils are cool. And it's like, the part I get is like, well, I thought they were cool first.
You're jealous because you didn't get to tell them that
I guess
devils are
so.
cool.
Yeah, probably. It's so dumb though.
It's like showing someone a meme and they're like, "Oh, I already saw that."
yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
guess
"Well,
so.
shit."
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's a broad feeling, but it happens a lot. It's on bigger scales like that.
Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not upset at it at all.
No, of
It was just a
course.
feeling I was feeling, and I was like, what is this?
No,
I
I
need
got
to
that
find a way to explain it.
I got that with Ghost of Saltmarsh because it's a lot like the game that I've been writing for a while.
What happened with... Sorry. Keep going.
Tesseract and Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah, that was Tesseract and Breath of the Wild.
What were you gonna say?
Same thing happened to me with Fallout 4.
Oh, that's right.
I wrote a stupid fucking fan fiction like two years beforehand in high school, and then it had to do with basically self-insert OC me
being frozen before the war.
and then waking up as the only survivor in the Fallout world, and then that was the main campaign.
It was immediately
I was like,
after.
oh, cool, that's fine. But it's like there's nothing I can do about it.
The muses just moved down with the wind, and you had the idea, and then like when the wind reached the next guy, he had the idea, but he's like, wait, I work for this company.
Yeah, so like it's weird because like you can't be upset over it. Like there's nothing you can do, and it's such a minuscule
just gotta move on.
Subjective thing that it's so weird, and it's like I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's just like I weirdly feel like animosity sometimes, and I'm like, that's get that out of there, you know. So it's annoying, but
I get that.
It's also really cool if you want to be more on the positive side because it's like, hey, you know the thing you had an idea for? Look, it's a thing now.
Yeah.
It's like that's
it's
fucking cool.
proven that your idea was good by someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's interesting, and so like
bittersweet for sure.
Yeah, totally. And I have so many cool things I want to take from Descent and put it into Sunder, and it's
go
really,
scooch
really, really
that
awesome.
door and let the cat in really quick.
Go for it, man.
Describe. I don't know anything about Descent of Avernus. Go for it.
I'm gonna try to entertain everybody while Logan gets up and goes and gets his cat. Or I can talk about Descent into Avernus. You guys ever been to hell? It's great. It's burning, it's dying, it's awful, and everybody's just having a good time, suffering all at once. So if you want to go down to hell, get yourself a copy of Descent into Avernus. They're not even sponsoring this at all. I just like it. So
Wait, hold on. What do you mean they're not sponsoring this?
They're not.
They're the source of our entire livelihood.
But they don't pay us.
I guess Jake and Logan Paul don't pay H3H3.
So. No, they don't.
They are providing jobs for us because we're doing.
If it's anything, it's they have created a great game that has created a lot of awesome fans that also watch our stuff. So by subjection, yes, we exist because of them. But they don't pay us. Technically, YouTube.
Not indirectly, at least.
Google pays us with their ads. That's how we get paid.
We make our living by building on their ideas.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the beauty of role-playing games and board games is that
and the beauty of Hasbro not being super aggressive on YouTube. They could just ruin everything.
Yeah.
Hasbro, if you yourself are watching, please don't do that.
Mr. Hasbro?
Yeah, Mr. Hasbro.
I'm getting so many messages.
Mr. Wizards of the Coast.
Mr. Wizard. Mr. Wizard. I was going to do that.
That dude used to install stuff on my computer all the time. Then he just vanished.
The installation wizard? I was writing for Sunder, and I was writing up like the biggest city in my world ever. It's called Goldcrest.
It was just all on the fly. I didn't know that you wrote for Sunder.
Yeah, I do write sometimes.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy. It's a city where two governments had combined with one another. They gave up their differences in order to have their one city. And so they started a new family line in order to be the royals. Oh. And I was like, they would create a new last name because they don't want to, one of them is Wickham and one of them is Yarmouth. And so
they both have bad histories.
Right. So like they had to create a new one. So I was like, the name of the area is Castivore. And I was like, that's what it is. Castivore. His last name's Castivore. And then I realized how fucking stupid that is.
A little bit, yeah.
If the president was named Mr. America. I rule over Canada. I'm Mr. Canada.
On smaller scales, though, that is...
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I changed it because I thought it was a good idea. And I was like, that's stupid. Because like a D&D, it makes sense. Like, oh, his last name's Castivore because that's the name of the area. I mean, but think about it in the real context of the real world. That's dumb. Nobody would ever want that.
Well, I mean, you could say that like Mr. Brooks lives on Brook Street. Like, it could like
that's different.
You name streets and stuff after people. I guess naming regions is a lot less common.
Yeah.
Or at least I get what you mean. It does.
It sounded silly.
It's weird.
Yeah.
At least
I don't like to do the on paper choice of when I write D&D stuff.
Always
I like it to be
2.
weird or like number 2 or like the subverted expectation basically. But like for example, I had 2.
I was like, no way.
So I have two areas of Cast of War that are like districts that are basically mini cities because it's so fucking huge.
Of course.
One of them is Oswestry and the other one is Kentilbury. And you would think Kentilbury is where all the people live, and Oswestry is where all the art and the science and all the magic stuff is. But I switched it because that makes more sense.
Why would you think that in the first place?
I don't know, just the way they sound.
I guess
I ended up making it
bit.
more realistic. Oswestry sounds more interesting. Ooh. So that's like the tourist attraction city. It's what?
Like peeking in my ears, but otherwise, no, you're good.
The Oswestry is like the tourist area where people can go like check stuff out. It's where all the art is and the museums and stuff. And then Kentilbury is like the progressive area of the city, where like the colleges.
100% pulled inspiration from your trip.
A little bit.
Because, I mean, before then, I feel like writing museums and tourist attractions in your stories isn't generally
it's
something that comes to mind.
Also because I just went to more cities in the past couple of years, and I've realized
you've broadened your horizons for sure.
Exactly.
That's what I would say. I'm not insulting you. I'm saying that's a good thing.
Yeah. Another big thing I'm doing is the city's going to be under construction when they get there. That's another thing I really want to implement because
road work ahead. I'm gonna go see that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Him and Drew Gooden and fucking their live comedy show for my vacation.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know why we picked that. That was a horrible idea. But
no, it should be fun. I really want to go see TMG.
Yeah.
At some point.
They're like 3 times as big though.
Yeah, but they're funny.
They're really funny. And they have good music.
Ooh,
got them.
So, like walls are going to be under construction. Other things are going to be under construction because that's just
you can't
cities
say
all
that.
the time. So walls.
That's racist.
Well, they're not there to protect the people, not to.
I know.
The goddamn devils, literal devils.
Okay, when you say literal
devils.
I like that more.
Yeah, I wasn't like saying sense. Like. What did you think I was?
I thought you meant like
illegal aliens. Because aberrations have also fallen onto.
Okay, there you go.
Plane.
Yeah, see that's you can't keep them out with walls though. Illegal aliens because they have spaceships with lasers and stuff.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
what were they thinking?
That's what we need is a psionic barrier. We don't need a wall. We need a psionic barrier.
Another thing in this, I'm just going to talk about this fucking city now. Welcome to Jacob Rhoda City podcast.
I don't know why I'm like just a tiny bit, like half an inch politically loaded today.
It's okay.
I don't like it. It's not me. It's just happening.
Sorry, guys. I'm adjusting my shorts again.
Eaten all day, and it is like 5 o'clock.
Oh, damn. You should probably eat.
I'll put it on that.
What was I talking about? Oh, the city is very technologically advanced. It has a train. It has telephones. It has automatic vehicles. And they also have like, what is it like? They use magic to in almost every area of the city, mostly for like public government buildings. You know, when they have like the metal detectors, instead they have magic dispelations and magic detections.
Like anti-magic barriers,
much. However, there's a way to get around it, and a lot of criminals try to get
smuggling and stuff?
Yeah, the way you can get around it is if you get a, it's called a MAM. It's a magic aversion, medical aversion to anti-magic. Some people are kept alive via magic, and if it's dispelled, they'll just die. Okay. So, or they'll have a medical problem. So if you have one of those, you can bypass the anti-magic, but not the detect magic.
Same
the magic
thing with like a metal rod in your back.
Exactly. So that's how some criminals get away with, like, they'll do magical aura and they'll disguise self. They'll go through the detect magic, go find, be like, I have a MAM, and then get into some buildings. So that's an option to the party if they want to get around it, because I don't want to just be like, no, you can't do anything in the city ever because they have security. But I want there to be an end to the security.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
but I want the security to be there.
You need to throw out like just. That's always a tough hurdle, is to hint at something without blatantly stating it.
Yeah.
For a D&D party, for them to catch on.
Well, all they'll have to do is if they go into a place like that, they'll be like, okay, you can bypass this if you have a MAM. And they're like, what is that? And then they just learn it. And they can learn it naturally.
And then, yeah, you could have like that encounter and then have like a MAM sales, like a illegal like black market person witness the encounter and then like come to him a little later and be like, I can get you one of those.
Or they can just seek it out on their own.
Of course. But
I want them to be smart. That's what I always do with my games. Is
Yeah.
like I build a sandcastle and I go.
Yeah, you guys have surprised me a few times in Tesseract, I would say. Paul is always unexpected.
So you
Keeps
walk
me on my
into
toes.
you walk into the dungeon. It's dark. You see eyes glisten up. Logan, can I light my lantern? Okay, so you see a bunch of monsters. That's always Paul.
Yeah.
He's just like, I do this, and it's like,
Oh, all right.
I love you, Paul.
Yeah. It's over now. The encounter, you win. You pulled out a needle and beat it. You popped the balloon, man.
What's up, 6?
7.
Did you want to say anything?
I call him Dunce Cap now.
Oh, Dunce Cap. That's a good one. Guys, don't cancel us because he's mean. I always get really worried that you guys think we abuse him.
Yeah,
we
me
don't.
too.
He's a really, really mean cat.
There's like a mental disposition that he definitely has.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, he also has a couple like actual medical problems. I think he has upper respiratory issues.
Oh, baby, little baby kitty, come here.
He's just gonna fucking attack you.
Hi. He doesn't attack me all the time.
No. Yeah,
I think he freaks out when there's a bunch of people here.
he definitely does. He's a 50-50
He's chill
cat.
when nobody's around.
We're trying to learn because I recently learned that cats, for somehow they have evolved and are still alive as a species without being able to understand discipline.
Yeah,
Like
it's hard.
that's a part of problem solving. Is if you put your hand on the stove, it's hot. The stove is disciplining
No,
you.
they know.
They don't understand third-party discipline at all.
They
So
do.
like if they jump onto a platform that
Yeah.
has like a ledge and it falls, they won't know what the fuck just happened.
Oh, well, that's because they have dumb brain.
That's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that dumb part is that they don't understand indirect consequences.
Okay.
So you can't punish them as you could a kid
The
or a
kittens
dog.
are aware that they don't jump on the table because every time they do, we get mad at them.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't jump on the table. Like they understand that. Like we spray them
I've
and
learned
stuff.
otherwise. Generally, it's like an immediate thing. I guess it
They
might.
have definitely learned.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
they know how to learn, definitely. And I think they can learn discipline. It's that sometimes they don't always understand consequences.
Yeah.
So, for example, if Moose pees on a goddamn shirt and I get mad at him, he's not aware that I'm mad at him over peeing. So now he's not allowed in the room and he has no idea why. And it's
Yeah.
like, what did I
See,
do?
that's what makes it more difficult for you as like a cat owner is you have to complicate your life to accommodate for how stupid your cat is.
Yeah, that's having other.
Yeah,
you have to do that with roommates too.
That is super true.
All right, guys, this was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Uh,
We're at 106.
Yeah, you want to throw out like a really quick
Oh
something
god.
homebrew?
Oh fuck. We always do this at the end. I always forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Come up with a topic. Doesn't have to be a story. It can be
Ready?
monster, NPC,
Tavern.
anything.
Octopus. And a bow. How is that an encounter?
All right. So, in a deep sea delving, or if you're on a ship,
Okay.
you find a tavern that is floating at sea. If
Oh,
you're on a
cool.
ship, like
Cool.
it's just floating on a small island.
That's awesome.
If you're delving into the ocean, it's in a bubble. Like
Okay.
it's just literally in a bubble. And if you go to it oversea while you're inside, it sinks without you knowing.
Awesome.
It's secretly run by some sort of octopus thing.
Ooh, a mind flare, perhaps.
But what would this is close to that one creature that I ran in the one shot, the like dream beast.
I didn't.
Morkoth.
Yeah,
Let's
Morkoth.
move away from that though. So there has to be an octopus. Let's say that this is like
An octopus kin, like a person who's half man, half
oh,
octopus.
okay. So like a unique race.
Like
we'll say
a-
that he's like from the astral plane and he jumps through all these planes with this tavern, just like I like serving weird ass drinks.
Just Davy Jones.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. just like this is the ghost ship of taverns. And
Nice.
it's a super chill place.
Cool.
We go everywhere, and you always will end up encountering them like in a plane of water or on the ocean.
Cool.
And he's currently being chased and attacked by an aboleth.
Okay.
That like maybe he stole something from it, like a recipe or like an infinite amount of like refundable food. That thing is chasing after him, and the only way he knows how to beat it is with a bow. There's
Oh,
like
cool.
a
You have to
unique,
shoot it right in the eye.
like a unique magic bow that he's like hunting or looking for, and it happens to be in the vicinity. Build off of that.
There you go, guys. That's fun. We need to have a table for it now. We need to make like a table and have like D6, 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 or D20, D20. Like three random
I make
things.
a lot of templates, but I think it's fun just to do it from scratch because that way you could go in any direction at all.
That's pretty cool. That's also a really interesting story as well as
bit.
an encounter. So very cool.
And that took us, what, 3 minutes?
It
1 minute?
took you 1 minute. I just came up with the random stuff.
Okay.
So nice.
Yeah. Guys, I have a Patreon where
Where
I
you
make
make all
stupid
those?
shit for you. I have to stat shit out for people. That it's fun. I'm happy to do it, and it gives me more Patreon content.
Cool.
So yeah.
Thanks for joining us
Thanks
for
for
this
joining us.
episode of the Subclass Podcast. If you want everything early, make sure to check out our Patreon. And we will see you guys next week with another episode, unless we get sick and die. That's the end of the podcast.
I didn't burp.